Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck Spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at Titan HS's Murloc Shaman. They mentioned that they managed to hit Legend with this deck in 4 hours, rank 4 to Legend in 4 hours with Mr. Locks, which is very impressive. I think that definitely means that there is something to the Murloc Shaman. We haven't actually played any Murloc decks this expansion, but Murloc Shaman was, I think, the most exciting one. Definitely jumped out as having a lot of potential, particularly with the addition of course, Sludge Slurper, which was seen in basically every Shaman deck. The 1 mana 2/1 that adds a lackey to your hand, allows you to really compete on board quite well in the early game. Functions very similarly to kind of what Firefly did for a lot of these kind of these decks, especially for controlling decks out there. But in these aggressive lists, Sludge Slurper is a great aggressive card, and we've also got Toxfin, which allows us to convert one of our terrible Murlocs into something that can kill, a mountain giant, can kill a big taunt, and things like that, which is definitely not something to be scoffed at. Outside of that, the other tasty Murloc cards that we've got in here, other than the tasty Fin, Underbelly Angler, 2 mana 2/3, awesome stats, especially for a Murloc. And it says after you play a Murloc, add a random Murloc to your hand, which is obviously a massive wombo combo with Scargill. You can just vomit a whole bunch of Murlocs onto the board, but in general just gives you a little bit more ability to grind. And I think that even though we might want to play Underbelly Angler on turn 2, it might even be worth just kind of sandbagging them until turn 3, turn 4, just to get a little bit of extra value, especially if we're in a grindy matchup or a matchup where our opponent is going to compete on board quite a lot. Other than that, there's not a lot of other new additions other than this Swamp Queen Hagatha, and we've also got the other Hagatha in here, and I think these two cards are the ones that we're going to be keeping an eye out for the most in this match, mostly because I think when we've played aggro decks in the past, we always look at these cards as kind of like bricks, especially if we're trying to execute our aggressive game plan. Even though they can give us some comeback potential, oftentimes it really reduces our ability to kill our opponent in the time frame that we want to. So we always have to balance these things, especially this Hagatha seems like the most out of place. Like I guess if you're ahead, you don't really want to deploy it, obviously because it kills your board. And it's much more of a comeback card than this Swamp Queen, which you can still deploy on curve and hopefully discover some bloodlusts and things like that to let us kill our opponent. So we're going to be keeping an eye on these, seeing if we can just kind of cut them and make this a bit more of a budget deck, make it a bit more aggressive, especially because we have one-ofs of a couple of cards that I thought would be really important in this archetype, most notably Soul of the Murloc and this Cold Light Seer, as both ways for us to avoid getting swept away by a lot of these control mages, these control shamans that do have quite a lot of board clears, and especially with a lot of rogues starting to pack Fan of Knives, even though that does mean Soul of the Murloc loses some, having a bunch of 1/1s is not great against Fan of Knives, but putting Soul of the Murloc on your existing board before it gets Fan of Knives is a really good way to stop you from losing the game. So yeah, I think those are the cards we're mainly going to be keeping an eye out for. Are these late game cards worth their slots? How do they allow us to get back into the game? And these one-offs, could we be playing more of those? And of course, we're not playing any removal. There's no zaps, there's no earth shocks or anything like that. And I would kind of like to see a couple in here. Regardless, this deck did reach Legend, so I hope that we are wrong about everything. I hope that this deck is perfect, and we're hopefully going to see that over the next couple of games. Regardless if we win or lose, it's all about getting the learns. So, let's go. Alright, we're here with Titan HS's Murloc Shaman. They have included a bit of a Mulligan guide, so as always, when someone does include a Mulligan guide, we will try and follow it. They recommend always keeping Murloc, Tide Callers, and Underbelly Anglers, Knife Jugglers and Nightmare Amalgams, Sludge Slurpers, and Tide Hunters are correct to keep in most cases. Especially if we're up against a Paladin here, I think I'm okay with that. We are on the coin, so we do get an extra card, so I think we will keep both of them. Hopefully we can draw Tidecaller. Oracle, not so great. But if our opponent doesn't have a 1-drop, we will deploy the Oracle. Oh, maybe we do cheeky things and coin out this Underbelly Angler. Whoa, that's a bit rude. What 2-drop could our opponent have to ruin our plans? They can't have, like, Secret Mysterious Blade. You know what, let's go for it. Let's point out this Underbelly. I think that's also the reason why we wouldn't go for the Knife Juggler. Because if our opponent just had, like, Mysterious Blade, it would suck.
Reporting for duty.
Nice, nice, nice. Toxfin. I think we're going to go for the Tide Hunter here, just because we want a bit of granularity over the next couple of turns. Let's throw it here. Nightmare Amalgam is a good one to get. Let's see if our opponent has the Mysterious Blade here. There it is. No secret, though. Oh.
That was a mistake.
Interesting. Go for the Nightmare Amalgam here. Because it doesn't get traded into with this Mysterious Blade, as opposed to if we were to go for, say, like Knife Juggler, Grimscale Oracle. Close the gates. Alright, Blade down.
I wonder.
Me too. Me too. Okay, they didn't have the redemption.
There is little time.
Knife Juggler here. This is a bit risky if they have Consecration, but it's a Mysterious Blade. Okay, never mind. It's like, is a Mysterious Blade deck really gonna have Consecration? Yes. The answer is yes. Obviously, if we'd known that was... If we had thought a bit more about that... Oh, okay. It's an eggy deck. What are these, then? It's not Get Down. It's not Eye for an Eye. It could be another auto defense matrix. Tempting to just go for triple Ghostlight Anger Grimscale Oracle. Opponent does have some tools to work with. And if they do have another Consecrate. So this is like a... Is this some kind of like Kangor's deck? Like a mid-rangey secret Kangor's deck? Looks great. Wow. So our opponent does here. Interesting. Not going for the double magnetic. It's very interesting. Yeah, looks like we are grinding this matchup. We'd rather that comes back than the Mechanoic? No, I think we'd rather the Mechanoic came back. But I guess we'd rather them not have an 8/8 and a Mechanoic.
Put your faith in the light.
Alright. Human mustard, yeah, Murlocs. That's what we're doing today.
Join or die, or both.
There's a Haggard. Redemption. Oh dear.
Job's done.
Oh no! We finally cast a spell. And if we're lucky, our opponent sets it up that we can Hagatha things away, but it's really bad with this Mechanoic in play. Uh-oh.
Reporting for duty.
Our opponent's trading though. Ooh. Okay, so we can Toxfin, trade, and then Hagatha? Hmm.
Dark spirits twist the trees, foul the lake.
Then our opponent has 21 damage in play. But we are not dead. We're pretty dead, but we're not dead yet.
Reporting for duty.
Oh my gosh, if our opponent's not going to go fast. Oh, delicious. Alright, we got a shot. Ah, there's the Hogsteed. Which I think we definitely needed. Toads. Do we go for Toads? This guy sucks? I wouldn't say that. They're probably just a bit scared.
Perplexing.
Perplexing indeed. Video game. Yeah, I think we just go for Toads. And this is one off lethal. $16 damage to the face or kill 2 1/1 Murlocs. Look, I'm not saying that they made the best play. But I think that they might have been scared that we were holding like, you know, a war leader or something like that. Oh, they are back in the game. Ziliak's pretty tight draw. An absolute nightmare for this deck, that's for sure. I haven't seen a deck like this. We definitely haven't played against one like this. I had seen a couple of Kangor's decks floating around, but I didn't really pay too much attention to them. But now that we know that this deck's around, it's possible we should be looking to try and, you know, trade with those Mechano eggs and things like that, or... Okay. Well, our opponent has decided to not do anything. Double mutate. Chef me up something different. Ah, you. Oh. Why can't this transform enemies? Get it. Take that. What can we transform?
Decide.
Maybe this?
On my mark.
On my mark. And again. Yes. Get that 5/5. We're not dead. We've got this Hex. We might be able to do something. What's all this about? Look like you're in a good position? Not feeling it. I guess our opponent does have to... No, they don't have to trade. I don't know why. They're on 30. See if they trade this. I think that's the mate. If they trade the mechanical elf, it's... Okay. I guess we're going to hex it. Ooh. Slurperino. Toads. Alright. So now with the War Leader, we can just trade both for these two. Alright. So we didn't get to hex this, but I think that now if our opponent trades it, we'll just hex the dragon that comes out. We've got toads, we've got hex, we've got a lot of, like, now I would definitely agree that we're in a good position. So, in fact, maybe we were just in a good position before, and I was being cynical.
Reporting
For duty. Alright, let's try to... Let's see what's up. What is this then? It's not Eye for an Eye. Not Never Surrender. It's not Auto Defense Matrix. It's not Get Down. cards. The draw one, hidden mysteries, hidden something. Yeah, could be. That's a pretty reasonable guess.
Swamp and city, two witches brew. Power for us, and death for you.
Sure. If our opponent manages to clear this board again, we will gladly slay them. Or at least get back onto the board with 3 toads and 2 dogs.
Victory.
Yes! Well, I think the one thing that game definitely exemplifies is that Hagatha has a lot of comeback potential. You know, she allowed us... Without Hagatha in the deck, we would not have won that game. That being said, if she was like a Spellbreaker or something like that, we actually would have been able to probably push our advantage in that early game a bit more. To be fair, that dude had you dead for like 4 turns if you didn't trade. Yeah, I mean, that's also the case. So maybe we can discount that game as far as looking at Hagatha and things like that. But regardless, it was a fun game. GG's. Okay, we're here with Titan HS's Murloc Shaman. Just keeping the Knife Juggler here. I think that's a good one to keep. This episode's comment comes from Asmodean. Or Asmodean. Hey man, can you create something like an aggro priest deck? Currently only at level 19, so I'm guessing rank 19. And wanting to rise quickly by playing priest in a quick and aggressive way. Have any card suggestions or an entire deck to recommend? I think when we've played aggressive priest decks before, they've either been Murloc, or they've been like Inner Fire combo. I would look at more Inner Fire combo decks. Unfortunately, with the loss of Radiant Elemental, it's a little bit tough. But I think you can do stuff with like particularly like Injured Blade Master, the new 4 mana 4/7. I'd look at those kind of cards as the ones to wow, minion. Okay. Murlocs? Yeah, I'd look at those cards as ones to get into an aggressive deck, but we might have to check out kind of aggro priest in the future. This is tough, friends. I think we're going to need this Angler, but we don't have anything to play with it. We actually don't have any Murlocs, so maybe we'll go for the Underbelly Angler. See if our opponent freaks out and like Frostbolts it.
I see a vision in the flames.
Dragons. Gotta get a little bit of value off this Angler then. We're gonna trade here. If our opponent wants to spend a turn using their hero power to kill this Underbelly Angler, I think that's okay. Especially because we can fire back with like Knife Juggler Soul. Maybe it's like dragons and elementals or something. Like Arcanosaur. Happy Australia holiday. I mean, it's Good Friday, so it's like a religious holiday. Don't ask me what religion or anything. I have zero clue. It does look like full-on dragons. Full-on dragons. I was very tempted to try and trade with this, but now I think we just want to go face. If we'd... yeah. Unsure. Oh, that's here too in the US? Yeah, there you go. I imagine it's, I mean, yeah, being a religious holiday, it is probably pretty common amongst what I assume is Christian, heavily Christian culture. Here's a Taunto. Our opponent is on 5. It's the wrong one! Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to trade our Knife Juggler if we want to push through this. Which does suck tremendously. But, yeah. More blood.
My hand is too full.
The other thing that sucks is that we didn't get to deploy our Taste Stiffen. Ooh, is this one going to get split up too? See if you get a Taunto. Nope, more Mountain Giants.
You win.
Actually, is there a 12-mana taunt? Can you get that Grave Shambler? Yeah, you can. Interesting. Wonder how that game would have played out if our opponent had hit the big taunt guy. Interesting. But a great example of how an aggressive deck like this can get under your opponent. GG's. Okay, we are here with Titan HS's Murloc Shaman. This is the deck that I feared the most. Up against the Rogue. Whoa, Cold Light Seer. I think we have to keep the Cold Light Seer. Against this matchup. I think one of the unfortunate things is that the Dagger and Fan of Knives are just so good against us. Yeah, unfortunately, no 1-drop means no fun drop. Okay, Tasty Fin is good. We might be able to play a bit more of a grindy game. I'm not sure if we want to go for the Ghost Light angler though. I think we do. Anything that can kind of make our opponent pay less attention to killing us. And maybe they bust out a SI7 or something, you know. Vendetta. Great, yeah. Absorbed a Vendetta. That's about as much as we can hope for. Now the Nightmare Amalgam actually looks really good on this board. Hopefully our opponent trades. We can save this coin for a Hagatha at some point. The other Vendetta, okay. Yeah, it's getting scary. If they have the backstab here. Yuck. Have I tried Rogue at all? Yeah, we've been playing a little bit of Rogue. Definitely haven't played as much as I want to. I really want to try...
This guy's toast.
Yeah, I think we are toast. I really want to try, like, Carpet Rogue.
From nothing.
Are we doing this? Are we trying to find Lightning Storm? Reroll. Damn it. Oof. I haven't been able to play with any of the new decks yet. I'm an arena player. I haven't got enough packs to complete the set yet.
How much is this worth to you?
When you say arena, do you mean... Oh my gosh, I'm getting kabonged. Do you mean Magic Arena or Hearthstone Arena? Yeah, not sure. Not sure what we can do here, folks. One turn off that Hagatha. GG. So definitely one of the weaknesses of the deck, I think. A lot of these rogue decks. I mean, admittedly, our opponent had a very good deck. I think that that is the way that Tempo Rogue really wants to play out. They want to, you know, have probably a good 2-drop. I think that's the only thing that would change anything. Like good 2-drop, Blink Fox, Vendetta, the 4-drop that discovers a spell, more Vendettas, more backstabs, saps. I think that's exactly how that deck wants to play out, and I think that ours is a deck that really does play into that game plan quite a lot. We need to hope to have... I think the games play out differently if we had Tidecaller on one. Like if we had like Tidecaller into Underbelly Angler or something like that. We'd have too many must-answer threats and it might spread our opponent's removal a bit thin. But these things happen. Well played to our opponent. They properly dismembered us. We'll take a look at the deck. Honestly, I'm not too sure if we have enough information to kind of make some choices on things to remove or things to swap around or anything like that. I think Swamp Queen Hagatha jumps out as maybe like a little bit awkward. I think this Hagatha, it truly will let us win games that we otherwise weren't able to. So I do kind of like it, even though it does come down really late. But this Hagatha Swamp Queen is maybe a little bit too slow. But I'm still undecided. Like I said, I'd really like to see some kind of like maybe spell breakers or in particularly Earthshock. I think Earthshock is really well positioned right now. There's a lot of people trying to do a couple magnetic things. There's a lot of Twilight Drakes floating around and things like that. So I think Earthshock could be quite good, as well as just, you know, Acidic Swampers, stuff like that could always be fine. Regardless, big shout out to Titan_HS for the deck. If you are watching on YouTube, all the links are available in the description, including a link over to the Hearthstone deck article. Please jump over there, check the deck out, give it a +1, leave a lovely thoughtful comment, like I know you will. All of my links are down in the description as well, which is good. Yeah. You can come watch me live on Twitch, Tommy_Wave. Until next time, though, please stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich, and be tasty. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.